And a cooperative farming society has brought new farming initiatives to a community in Nasarawa State, complementing efforts of the federal government. A rice correspondent, Abel Ejikeme, reports on how these initiatives are changing the lives of rural dwellers in the state.
It was once an obscure community, highly impoverished and notorious for its kidnappings, executed by its young jobless people. Today, the story is different in Gate community here in Nigeria's Nasarawa State. Come along as we explore how the Nigerian Farmers Group, a cooperative farming society, is raising the living standard of people in this community.
A group of 6 people had reached an agreement with the community to secure part of their land to kickstart a cooperative farming model. That number has since increased, with the cooperative now having 3,000 registered members. Ibrahim Labaran is the head of the Gate community. He explains how the coming of the group has lightened the district, providing jobs for more than 300 locals.
It's not only Gate people benefited from this farm. Many people from Gate, from around those areas, Babusabangida, Garauku, Ikefi, many people benefited from this farm. Before, Gate people, even the local government chairman no access road to come to Gate. But now, Gate, there is a road. This farm work on the road. Even primary school, there is no primary school. Our boys there for bush here. But now we have a primary school, and I think the governor have visited this Gate. And many, even ministers visited this Gate, and by president visited this Gate. So we have benefited a lot. Even these are NEPA. Now the village have light. So we have many things. So we have benefited from the coming of this farm to this village.
Jobs are not the only opportunity offered to locals. The farm settlement serves as home to some. John Anzako is the chief carpenter of the farm. He built all the structures in the settlement and has also built his home.
I entered here 2017, working with them and achieved many things from this energy sales, because it's the place that I'm working and it's the place that I'm eating, it's the place that I'm feeding my children and also paying their school fees.
Next is the rice farm. With the ongoing rice revolution in the country, more than 450 hectares is being cultivated. It's believed that never in the history of the country has Nigeria witnessed an aggressive approach to rice production, with a commitment to be self-sufficient in rice production.
This is nature at its best. A rice processing machinery locally fabricated by Nigerian experts with assistance from locals here in Gate community. Nigerian-made rice are processed here.
Getting here, we were asked to take off our shoes to avoid specks of dirt.
This is the pre-cleaner to clean up the rice, and we are having the destoner to destone the rice, and the dehusker to take out the chaff of the rice.
Occupying a 3,000 hectares of arable land, this farm settlement can best be described as a rural grazing area. Farmers have their crops and birds flourishing, while herders have fresh grass and water for their cattle. There are more than 6,000 cows in the open and indoor ranches, and for the herders, it's safer keeping their cattle in ranches.
I think it's better keeping them in the ranch than taking them outside. In the first place, because they have everything they want here. They have the best treatment. There's a dam around where they drink their water from. There's food around the farm. Because of that, there's no point taking them around, because we have been educated on how we can feed our cows without taking them far away from the farm. Besides, there's threats out there from rustlers and other threats.
How was this feat achieved? Coordinator of the cooperative explains the agreement reached with Fulani herders in the community.
We sat down with the Zaki, sat down with the emirs and said, look, we are willing to build a farm settlement center that will take care of the interest of everybody. But everybody must be willing to give something to be able to access anything. And we sat down with the Fulani, the elders, the head of the Fulani communities, the Zaki and everybody. And then they agreed that these are going to be the modus operandi. If your cow encroach on anybody's farm, we'll assess the damage and you pay. That's one. Two, if there's any form of attack around 2-3 kilometers from the place, from the farm, center of the farm, up to 5 kilometers, we are going to figure out which location did the attack take place. And if it is known that any Fulani community is involved, the community agree that they're going to banish, are going to chase them out of the place.
A former militant, Tedeka says he is transforming the Fulani industry into an economic opportunity for the people rather than a problem for the state. He proffers solutions to the incessant farmers-herders clashes and seeming problems faced by local farmers.
You know that the Lake Chad is drying up. So if you like pray on top of this matter, you know they work. Because you know that every year, animals and men are going to be migrating what? Down south, where the vegetation is what? Is better. There is nothing you can do about it. So what do? The north central becomes a corridor. From Kwara to Benue, Adenugu on the east, Kwara in the west to Benue, and then you set up government-controlled ranches along that belt. So as cows are migrating from the north, what are you doing? You warehouse them in most of these government-controlled ranches. Now, when you warehouse them here, you stop them from going down south, and then you can cultivate.
There are plans by the cooperative to replicate this farm settlement in other parts of the country. If this is done, it's believed that insecurity occasioned by clashes between herders and farmers in the country will be cut down to the barest minimum. Abel Ejikeme, Arise News.